happy to be off next week. It's going to feel really good.
You can come in and sit down on the couch if you want.
Come on in. Please, yeah. Come in here.
That's why we got the extra couches.
Of course. You have something to drink?
I have my beer.
All right. Maybe 3 more?
No, definitely not.
What? You're not driving.
That's true.
Mic check, please.
Check 1, 2.
Hello, hello.
Oh, shit. Hello. Check 1, 2. Yeah, you're right.
We're good?
I think we are.
Try yours.
Yeah, we're good.
Need 2 up, B.
Hello. Check 1, 2.
We're
Steven, again.
Hi, if you're in your car, thanks for the ride.
405 is looking pretty clear this afternoon.
If you're in your car, thanks for the ride.
Real low.
Tangle up at the 118 junction.
Don't touch that dial. You don't know where it's been.
That's right.
Oh, those are my radio lines. Something you want to hear? Give me a call. I'll do my best to get it on for you. No. You don't like that?
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Love it.
That's a good
10
one.
10Q, huh? The real Don Steele.
Oh, man, the 10Q duck.
So some of the news, I heard that Dick Dale passed away. So
This is chaoticradio.com.
The Black Lung, the Black Lung Show, 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 and starting fucking now.
That's right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world-famous Kaotic Radio. I'm your host, Ryan Pena. I'm joined in studio, as always, with my main man, my partner, B. Good to have you back, man. Missed you last week.
Good to be back, Ryan.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, motherfuckers.
Right? Time to get whiskey.
Yeah, we got some Guinness here. Thanks to the band for bringing in my favorite beer. I drink Bud Light. You guys always see me drinking Bud Light on the show because I like to drink cheap beer.
Sure.
But
You're from San Bernardino.
Yeah, that's right, man. This is a nice special surprise. It is St.
Thanks to this
Patrick's.
guy.
Yeah.
Thanks to this guy.
Thank you, Steve.
No,
We're
thank you for
all
having me.
Irish today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it is St. Patrick's Day, and for everybody watching on YouTube, we got the YouTube thing going. You can send us or type some questions. I'm not sure how fast I'll be at responding. We got the other brand new camera, thanks to B, for Facebook Live. If you guys want to check it out live and see these handsome gentlemen and the pretty young lady who's in studio with us, I don't know who she is, but she's got a cute laugh. I like that.
That's young Stacy back there.
All right. Hi, Stacy. Welcome to the Black Lung Show. I don't know if maybe we can get some headphones for her beat so she can hear. So maybe if we play the music. So it is St. Patrick's Day. I went through my closet to try to find something festive, and the only thing I have that's green is his Adolescence T-shirt. So that's the best I could do. I don't know about you guys, but when I go through my closet, it looks like Pee Wee Herman's closet 'cause it's all the same shit. It's like black. Yeah, nothing going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And even for Christmas, I got to go out and like buy a special something or other because I don't have shit for holidays.
A new black shirt.
Yeah, it's a black shirt, but it's got like a skull, maybe some. The last one I got had 2 candy canes with like a skull and bones.
Good enough.
Yeah, I got good taste. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Welcome to the House of Rock and Roll, the Church of Rock and Roll, I should say. And my guests are back for the second time, which is it's kind of rare that I've done that. In the 4 years, I can only think of a handful of bands that I've actually had back on here. So you guys listen and know that I must dig this band if I ask them to come back in here. Well, they got some new music for you that we're going to play for you that I'm excited to hear. I haven't even heard it myself yet, so it's going to be rad. And so let's get things kicked off. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. I just found out too, by the way, that the band it's only got 3 songs. So I was told it was a full album, but anyway,
Less is more.
don't worry about it. Yeah. If you want to see more, you got to go catch them at some of these live shows that we will be promoting. But anyway, since we're drinking Guinness,
Thank you.
and since we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, which, here's a question for you guys. I always get these random drunk thoughts. What are they talking about? They're trying to make like daylight savings time, like never change, right? You know what I mean? No spring forward, no spring back. Like actually trying to make that a bill. I came up with my own bills, and this is it. They should take St. Patrick's Day, and it should always be on a fucking Saturday. That would be number one. And then the day after St. Patrick, well, if it was on Saturday, then we wouldn't have to worry. But like tomorrow, if they don't move it, then they should at least make, the day after St. Patrick's Day a holiday. You know what I mean? That way we can recover a little bit.
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. That's just my opinion. So B, man, you saw Flogging Molly last night.
I did. Flogging Molly was at Morongo last night. It was actually a lot of fun.
Good
Was
for
there
you.
was there anybody else open up for him, or was it just them?
I was drinking before that, so I don't know.
Good for you.
Because the beers inside were $10, the beers outside were $6. You know where I was at.
Oh,
before
that's
the show.
horrible, man.
Right.
I hate venues like that.
And then the whiskeys were $10 a piece too. So and the whiskeys
son of a
inside were
bitch.
$8.
Ouch.
But
you just caught them?
oh yeah, I saw Flogging Molly. Had a great time. I loved everybody's energy. Everybody there was just like so excited to see Flogging Molly, and just everybody was just so happy. And me being a big African American guy with a mohawk, it was welcoming like crazy. So that was awesome.
That's cool, man.
It was. I only got one guy that wanted to talk shit and get in a fight, but other than that, that's it. Only one. It was nice.
There's always one. There's always one.
Yeah, he was short. It was great.
Good for you.
Here's the best part about it, Ryan. He first started talking shit to Hef, then he saw me and stopped talking a lot of shit to Hef, and then walked away because Hef's a little demure of a guy.
You're a lover, not a fighter, and I love that
I'm
about
both.
you.
That's why we got to hang out, B.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Bodyguard.
Well, besides the hockey thing that we went, or no, basketball. I'm sorry. We can do hockey too later.
I would love to do hockey.
Yeah. I got tickets. Anyway, so let's do this in honor of St. Patrick's Day. I'm not going to do it a lot because I think it's kind of corny when you hear it's kind of expected, right? A whole bunch of Irish stuff, but we'll give you a couple for today just to get us in the festive mood since we're drinking some Guinness. B, why don't you hit me with Drunken Lullabies by Flogging Molly? You're listening to the Black Lung Show on the world famous Kaotic Radio.
Must it take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 500 years like gelignite have blown us all to hell. What savior rests while on his cross we die? Forgotten freedom burns. As the shepherd led his lambs astray to the bigot and the gun. What's to take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing, talking the lullabies. I watch and stare as Roshin's eyes turn a darker shade of red. And the bullet with their sniper lie in the bloody gutless cell. Must we starve on crumbs from long ago? True bars these men made steel. Is it a great or little thing we fought? Now the conscience blessed and kill. Must it take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again? 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Maybe it's the way we're taught. Maybe it's the way we fought. For a smile and for grins without tears to be paid. For each kiss is a cry we all lost. Though nothing is left to gain, but for the punching and stole the grave. 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Right. is truly learned. When the blossom flowers and each heart shall be the new found flame. Must it take the light frightful eyes to glisten once again? Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken
Great song.
Salud. Happy St. Patrick's Day, brothers. Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. You see me doing the gopher thing. We got nothing in these headphones. I don't know why, B.
Okay, there you go.
We'll get to them. We'll fix this shit later.
Yeah.
We'll get to it later.
Great song, B. Great song.
Last time I saw Flogging Molly was, I think, a couple years ago over in Irvine with Gogo Bordello and Hepcat.
That sounds like the best show ever.
It was one of the best shows I've ever seen, man. I swear to God.
The only thing I was upset about is there were chairs. People had to stay in their own seat and chairs. That's the type of band you want to see, shoulder to shoulder with people in the pit, running around, having a good time.
Jumping around.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So ladies and gentlemen, and for everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube especially, these gentlemen here are friends of mine. They're in a band called the Gilmmer Stars. And we'll start on my left. We're just doing, I know who you guys are, you know what I mean? But the listening audience, for anybody that's new listening, because I think B's been helping out a lot. B, I appreciate, man, all the help. The CD player, the new record player, the promotion. I think I did a show by myself, which I hate doing, but we had 11,000 people watch the show or
we had 11,000 people seeing the show, 4,000 people actually spent time watching the show.
Wow.
So
That's a good metric.
That's a really good metric.
So with that being said, in case there's anybody new to the show, welcome. And then these are my friends, the Gilmmer Stars. So why don't we just start off and just do some self-introductions, who you are and what you play in the band.
Robert, I'm the drummer.
Minnie Mendez, bass, singer. Thank you, Ryan.
No problem.
Stephen, guitar and backup vocals.
All right, guys. So again, welcome back. I'm glad you guys are in here. Like I said,
And thank you for having us.
yeah, no problem. Like I said, I like doing this show for other bands. It makes me feel a little weird when it's just me talking by myself. I had to do a couple shows like in the last month where it was just me because I had some cancellations, and so just I like talking rock and roll. You know what I mean? And I like promoting the scene. So with that being said, too, one of the things that I do, and we're gonna talk about some shows coming up, right? So last week I'm doing this show. And my good friend Billy Bones from the Soul and Bones and, from the early 1977 punk band The Skulls from L.A. I mean, Christ, right?
That's right.
Yeah, fucking one of the coolest cats I've ever met. That's why I love doing this show, too, is because I get to meet really cool people and network and do all these kinds of things, right? So I'm doing the show.
The roots of the scene.
Exactly.
Nice.
And that's what kind of today's theme is going to be about, If you guys are in a band, pay attention because Uncle Ryan's talking. It's important.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm messaging back and forth as I'm doing the show live with Billy Bones because he puts on a show called Billy Bones All Night Rock and Roll Circus over at the Maui Sugar Mill in Tarzana. Great venue. I played there myself a couple of times. The shows usually are always free. You never know who's going to show up. I know. I see pictures from people posting. They're like, "Oh yeah, Dave Grohl was here." Or one of the guys from No Doubt.
Bonamassa.
Yeah. You never know who's going to show up at the Sugar Mill. There's lots of parking. It's usually free. The guys that are, Tim, the owner, is real cool. Just a good spot to play. So he's I talked about the shows. I'll look him up again because he's got Kepi Gooley, lead singer from the Groovy Ghoulies, playing there an acoustic set, co-headlining that night with Hellbound Eddie from Hellbound Hayride, and then he's doing another show with Dead Sound and the Hellflowers, and these guys, the Gilmmer Stars. So what happened is that I'm texting Billy Bones and I'm like, "Hey man, I want to play a show that you're doing, man. Hook us up." So he offers me that gig, and I looked up the bands, and I was like, "Oh, it's a power pop band." And a bell just went off in my head. I'm like, I got the perfect fucking band for you, man. So, yeah,
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, I don't know a whole lot of power pop bands, man, and it's a good thing you guys don't suck. So it just worked out.
So nice of you to say that, and that's really cool.
We've arrived.
You know what? Thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, that's the whole thing. That's what everybody should do. Like
Exactly.
yesterday on St. Patrick's Day, same thing happened, right? So I had a band in here a couple of weeks ago called Beecher. Really, really cool band. Funny, weird, drunk. And
I saw that interview.
yeah, it's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
And so they were doing a show yesterday at downtown Upland for like a St. Patrick's Day type deal, right? And it's family friendly, right? There's kids and shit walking by. So they talked to me. Yeah, they were asking me if we were going to play, and I was like, "Have you heard us? You know, we are way too fucking loud for that kind of venue." I said, "But let me think about it." Sure enough, my bass player plays another band called Scott Kennedy, the Moonshine Chasers, and he plays like banjo and slide guitar and stuff like that. And it's more
Earthbound.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of a sound to describe them. I'm like Americana rock. I mean, I don't know.
Earthbound.
We'll go with that. Earthbound.
Earthbound's
Earthy.
earthy.
Not girthy.
Not girthy, but just earthy.
Got
All right. So we're gonna debut you guys' stuff. So how have you guys been, man? Since the last time, it's been a minute since I've seen you guys. Since the last show.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good.
No,
Just
it's
itching
been-
to play again.
Yeah.
Have you guys gigged since the last time you guys have been on here?
We've done a couple. Huh?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys play? No.
We did
I don't-
Bobby V's in Anaheim, and
Yeah, we did an Anaheim show.
You gotta try the mic, dude.
We did the Anaheim
Thank
show. Yeah. Don't do the sock. Do the microphone.
So you played where? Anaheim?
yeah, Bobby V's.
I've never even heard that place. Is
Nice
it cool?
dive bar.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a nice dive bar. Yeah.
They've always had music over the time, but I think it went by a different name, Good Old Boys or something like that. I think that's what it was, and someone got the place all polished out. And it's good. It's a good place to play.
Who'd you guys play with?
I don't.
We played with a band called Rooster,
Rooster,
and a
that's
band
right.
called Pagan's Revenge. Kind of different styles
right.
than ours.
Pagan's Revenge. man.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that band.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a big fan of bands just by their names, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I'll be like,
But they were like
We could do a separate
Sabbath.
show on
They
that
were like
alone.
they were
Right.
like pagans, and they had a revenge issue. Right?
They
Pagans
had a Sabbath sound going on.
Yeah.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
They were
It
really
it
nice.
sounds like that,
Yeah.
right?
No,
And that's why-
they're good.
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
Yeah, and that's why when not to jump ship here, but when you turned us on to the show at the Sugar Mill, it's the bands fit. Sometimes we don't fit with Pagan's Revenge. Sometimes
Right.
we don't fit.
Yeah.
with
They
Rooster.
appreciate it. They get it that
Yeah, they-
someone's going up there and playing, but they're just like,
Yeah.
"Wow, is this the knack?"
So really, I mean, you passing our name along as you were telling the story about networking for your bass player.
Yeah.
You networked for us, and
Well, that's what it's all about, man. And
Exactly.
if the bands would do that, then we wouldn't have to fucking rely on these promoters, man. You know what I mean? Because there's only a handful that I like. You know, I try not to badmouth too many people on the show until I've had a couple. But there's a lot of promoters. One, I hate fucking people that do that pay to play bullshit. God damn, I hate
yeah,
that.
this
to
guy
death.
hates it the most. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Into
no
the
It's
It's
insulting. You
It's
got
just-
to talk
into
to
the
There's
them.
no
fun.
incentive there. It means that you just went in and you just like this USC scandal thing. You just bribed somebody in.
Exactly.
You paid your way in.
Right.
So in the past there may have been some band that had to like cough up $600, and so someone else just kind of opens their wallet and goes, all right, we kind of skipped all that,
Yeah.
and so we just put ourselves on stage at the whiskey.
Does that happen to you guys? Do you guys ever get calls from promoters from somebody say,
we've
"Hey, can
actually
you guys
had-
sell some tickets?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Do you ever
know,
tell them like,
it's-
"You know how fucking old we are?"
You know, we had a funny story. We played with Robin Zander at the Coach House, which was amazing. Robin Zander, the king of
Right.
all singers. But what was interesting, I found out, was we had to, of course, we have to sell some tickets and get them out there. But the other band that we were playing with, they wanted to open right before Robin, so they outsold us by they bought all their tickets.
Right, so they bought their position. So when
Yeah.
I look
Yeah,
at
so,
that,
I
that's
mean-
sort of like
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I guess if you got the money, but
No, fuck that.
I agree. I
everybody
wouldn't,
makes a sandwich
we,
different,
yeah,
don't
I
they?
mean, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We don't have the money. We don't want to do it. And
And it don't make no sense. If you're the headliner, especially Robin Zander,
Yeah.
you can't sell the place out on your own.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
what do we need our help for?
He did.
So
did
real
great.
quick, right now the Falkwolves are watching, which is Ginger. Ginger manages. I love Ginger to death, man.
Oh, thank
course,
you very much.
Ginger.
Ginger.
She loves you guys' band so much. She's the one that actually turned me on to you. So that's
Well, she's
it's
done
the
a
whole
lot
circle.
for us. in the
Ginger's
past.
done a lot for us. And Ginger, let us know when you want to go on the road with the Falkwolves and the Glimmer Stars, because we're ready.
There you go.
We got Robert. That's the alcohol talking.
That's like when
Thanks.
the legal department's kind of stepped in, Hey.
So yeah, Ginger, and thanks. She's always making the flyers. So she made that really cool flyer for us for the Black Lung show today. And that was the first
cool.
time. That's the first time I've ever been in a picture with the actual band that I'm interviewing. You know, so that was real nice. Thanks,
She's
Ginger.
very gifted artist.
So yeah, everybody needs a Ginger in their life. So anyway, that's see that goes perfectly to what I was talking about. So with this show, a lot of times it's when I'm talking to Ginger on the phone, you know, we're talking about venues where we should play, what bands we should check out, and so she's been a big help to the show, not only by making the flyers, but like introducing me to you guys, you know, and then booking us together, and then I finally got to see you guys when we played down in at the Carmen bar for her birthday, right? And so
So
yeah, that's
such a manly night, man. Wasn't it?
that's a description right there.
You guys kicked ass, Ryan.
Thank you.
mean, I was like, what the hell? You know, it was great. Great night.
Well, thanks. So that reminds me, I do have one show coming up. It's we're playing Characters on Friday, April 6th. We're going to be there with DFL. It's Dead Fucking Last, and another band from Seattle, I think, called Get Dead. They're on tour. They're on Slope Records, I think. And then our friends, the Tijuana Stranglers, another good band.
We've played with them a few times.
Oh, you guys know those guys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're badass. They have a
They
new
light it
singer.
up.
Yeah, they have a new singer now. The drummer's no longer singing.
Oh, is that
Adrian-
right?
Yeah, Adrian's not singing from what I see on Facebook. Great band,
Oh, I
good
didn't hear
guys.
that.
Mario, hello, bass player, kick-ass band.
Yeah, they've been here on the show. I played a few shows with them.
Love those
So-
guys.
Oh, right on.
And they're from my old high school. They just went to my old high school a few years before I did. You know,
Right.
So, but great show. Have you played Characters before?
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
times.
It's outdoors, right? Yeah.
No.
Now
So
it's-
it just depends on the promoter. So they have an
Okay.
outside patio area, and
Right,
depends. And
right.
sometimes the bands will play out there, which I've done, and then
Yeah.
sometimes when they have bigger shows, because they do actually bring some headlining bands in there, and we'll do the show. There's an inside stage, and it's got a really big bar. So yeah, it's a really cool place.
We played there years ago, and it was an outdoor thing, and we had fun. It's good show.
So all
People
right,
check that out.
yeah. So
Get on it.
you guys' show, and I'm trying to stay in the right frame of mind. You guys' show is March 30th, and again, that's no big deal for me because you know, like I know, like I you know, our band has the same kind of problem finding the right kind of crowds. It's funny we mentioned that bar Characters. We got booked there with like the hardcore punk bands. You know, everybody had fucking mohawks and the spikes still on the leather jackets, right? And then we came up there and did like our rock and roll thing, and it was like, you ever seen like a fucking like a pit bull like looking at you weird, like what?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of looks like that, like who the fuck are these guys? You know, and it's like, yeah, we don't really fit this shit. So I try to find stuff for us, you know, and so and I help everybody out too. Like, oh, we would have got crucified yesterday had we played during the day at a all day, you know, festival and shit. But anyway, so I'm gonna do you guys a favor too, since you guys are hooking up with my good friend Billy Bones. His band, the Soul and Bones.
They have a new record out.
Well,
It's kind of new.
yeah, it's newer. And
Newer.
I'm going to play it for you right now. Here you go. Here's the Soul and Bones.
And gentlemen, I would like to welcome you back for another edition of The Soul. This time, it's the Soul and Bones.
Don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from? Touch it, yeah, say, hey, what happened to love? Not so, not for, we gotta be the city cut. Don't want nobody, don't tell me what's right. Trap me with your debt and your money, but I for one it going out without a fighting fit. Don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from? First kid came to big, said, hey, what happened to us? You both went, heard the most, they still never was enough. Don't want nobody, gonna tell me what's right. Trap me with your debt and your money, but I for one it going out without a fight. I say, don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money, tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from? me with your debt and your money, but I for one and going out without a fight. I said, don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Don't trust their money and tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from? Tell me, where's it from?
We must once again make our money freely redeemable in gold at some realistic price.
All right, that was a Soul and Bones.
That's a good one.
I love that band. That's a great band. So yeah, Billy's gonna be there at the show, so you guys get to meet one of the coolest rock and rollers in the scene. I love that dude. Really, really, really nice guy. So you guys are gonna have some fun playing there at the Sugar Mill. I saw something else funny too, and sorry, meaning I got to make fun of you a little bit.
Do it. Please do it right now. I'm ready.
I was.
We always consider this like a roasting, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, it's not a roasting, dude, but it just.
Be prepared.
I'm
right?
always prepared, Ryan. Continue.
I know you a little bit now.
Right, you know
right?
me.
And it just
Nerd,
seems like
rock and roller, nerd.
Well,
Go ahead.
I saw a Facebook post
Okay.
right for an event.
Go
It's
on.
Friday, April 12th. You guys are playing at the Doll Hut. Is that right?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you clicked interested.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because the
You know why I do
You
that?
didn't. Why? Why do you click interested and not going? You're not going to go to your own show?
No, because
No,
I want to. I
because-
want to be mysterious.
You want to
That's
be
why.
mysterious?
Yes.
Oh.
I thought it was just the algorithm, that new one that they have.
No,
that,
no. I
you're
purposely.
only allowed to be interested
I might,
to a certain
hey,
point.
I might not show up, guys. Okay, what are you gonna do without me? I'm just saying. Go ahead, Ryan.
Pick somebody up
Wow,
off the
all
bar.
right.
Yeah, you're right. I do.
You're going to
it-
go to the bar? That was it.
I
That's
might
a good
watch
answer.
you guys with your new singer. I don't know. You're right. I like to do that.
Okay. So you're mysterious. Mm-hmm. We said that. Let me do this too before I forget. Because, Robert, remember I told you when I was asking you guys too, it's funny you wore that T-shirt. Because I got a...
Oh hell yeah.
I got a big record collection, right? And so I bring in records, and I would go through. I go shopping for records like on a weekly basis. It's just kind of like a habit. And I found something that I think you would dig. Because sometimes I'll buy records by the crate. You know who this is?
I know. John Cougar concentration camp.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Awesome. Yeah,
All
those
right.
guys are good.
Let me find this. Oh, here's two things I want to show
Well,
you.
you've got. Is that?
Look at that.
Oh, dude, Destroyer.
Boy, there you go. Whoa.
This is the.
Where'd
This
you
is an
find
this is
that?
an original.
Where'd you find that?
So, I know, dude, that you love Kiss, and you're
yeah.
gonna listen to this a lot more than I would. So here you go, brother.
Oh man, thank you very much.
Hey Ryan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Along with my T-shirt.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. I mean,
Look
look at that. That's what I'm saying. It's amazing you wore that shirt, and I found that. You know, it's the same thing. Like, you know, I've given away records on the show. You know, I like Kiss.
That's awesome.
You're actually
Thank you very
spreading the
much.
love. You're
Thank you
spreading
very
the
much.
love.
That's the best cover they ever made too. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when this came out, I remember I went home.
Is that
I had to
77?
walk like 5 miles to the record store to go get it.
Knee deep in
Came
snow.
home, put it on, and just sat there between the two speakers and listened to it all night long.
Right on.
What a rite of passage.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you very
I got-
much, brother.
no
Flaming
problem.
Youth. That's one of my favorite on there.
What year is that? 77?
76.
76?
76.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an original. I got that with a whole stack of other records and stuff like that. But I figured you dig that a lot more than I would,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean?
Hell yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go. Gifts
it.
from the Black Lung Show. So, hey, real quick,
Thank you,
another
Ryan.
thing is I'm trying to make sure that because it is St. Patrick's Day. Salute, brothers.
Salute. Salute.
So we are drinking Guinness. Hope you guys are staying safe, people. Be careful out there. Southern California has the worst fucking drivers on the planet. And if you throw some
I know.
alcohol, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got sideswiped twice on the way over here. I fucking hate driving in California. So stay safe, people. Anyway, what else happened today? Some sad news. But well, so Dick Dale passed away today. I saw that. Saw that in the post, and he was 82 years old. So at least he got to live a full life. But he was really sick, and one of the things I read about him was that he was constantly touring because of his health.
I
His
heard
health
that
problems.
too, Ryan. I
Yeah.
heard that too. Yeah.
That's a sad state of fucking affairs living in America when, you know, you can't afford, and he's got medical insurance, but he couldn't afford all of his I don't know his treatments. I don't read that closely into it.
Was he really 82?
Yeah, he was. He was
I'm
82.
picturing like 70, 82.
82 years old.
What the hell?
Yeah, I saw a video of him. I think I put it up on Facebook, and Ed
pretty old.
Sullivan was introducing him. He was playing. He was singing.
80.
Too.
You know how old 82 is?
82.
That's old. that's
Yeah, it's just 1 year older after 81.
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Before 83.
That's very old to be. And I read that too, that he had some. He was playing
Old
to pay
times.
the bills.
Yeah, it's sad, right? You know what I mean?
it is sad.
He lived locally too. I think he lived here somewhere in the Inland Empire. I'll be honest. So let me ask you guys this, right? So I'm gonna be honest. You know, the very first time that I knew who Dick Dale was because of Pulp Fiction, right? I was never really too much into Beach Boys and surf music. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you know, I'm just being honest. You know, some people are always going like, "What? You never heard of fucking Dick Dale?" Look, it took fucking Social Distortion to fucking cover Johnny Cash for me to know who Johnny Cash was.
So I got a funny story to tell you about that.
All right. I'm
And
waiting.
this is a true story. And those that are in the Orange County, LA punk scene during this time, you know, for some strange reason, I think it was maybe Rodney, a lot of different people started bringing the Ventures, surf music back. Surf music, I don't know how it got back into circulation. So, you know, let's flash back to like Southern California, Rodney Bingenheimer, Zed Records, local shows. You know, there was a rockabilly scene, believe it or not. There was a surf music scene. And so all of a sudden the Ventures, for some reason, were getting this attention about 1980 or 1981. So there was a punk crowd that was actually getting exposed to surf music through Rodney. And all of a sudden, you had a punk audience that was listening to surf music. Skanking. Knott's Berry Farm would have like all these surf bands play on a summer night, and people would get kicked out for slam dancing. No, I'm dead serious.
I believe you.
This ain't myth or lore. This is the truth. And I think there's a popular LA punk socialite, Pleasant Gemmon, she actually is.
I know who she is.
Yeah,
of course.
So she was one of the models on a Walk Don't Run Venture single that came out about the time of like 1980. You can fact check that somewhere, but
I'm not going to. I'm lazy.
No, but it's like this is so. But that whole surf music thing. So now, Agent Orange about this time, they're on Posh Boy. They already had a big hit with
Bloodstains.
Before, this is like their own independent release that came out even earlier, before like it got on the Rodney thing. I don't know how, forgive me if I'm off with some accuracy with that, but with the chicken and the egg, who came first, their single or the Rodney on the Rocks version? But ultimately, Agent Orange was known for playing a lot of Dick Dale. They came out, I think it was Darker Shade of Grey was the name of the album or something like that on Posh Boy 81, something like that. And all of a sudden they came out with Miserlou. There were like a couple of surf things. That was a part of their whole repertoire.
Right.
Fuzz guitar, really like kind of, Mike Palm and that. I think he was even playing a Flying V with the whatever, but that was the whole scene. It was good. So surf music goes back with punk rock, like
Oh, absolutely.
God knows.
And I'll give you some more. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a big giant fucking circle. So here's
Before Pulp Fiction, in other words, long-winded answer. We were trying to eat up time or something like that.
Great.
we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time.
Great thought. Do you remember Pleasant doing speaking Season of the Witch?
That's right.
Of course. Okay.
So first my question to you guys is that did you guys really, how big of an influence to you guys was Dick Dale? Because like I said, by the time I heard Dick Dale, I really wasn't. I've never really been too much into surf. Like I dig it, but it's never been a huge thing.
Man, it's a.
I think more influence for guitar players than
because that's where it is, and ultimately, it's like curry. It's like an acquired taste. You know what I mean? It's like he's right. Like the drummer's just gonna be doing the.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole thing, right? That's.
Is that right?
until Wipeout.
Until Wipeout, Hal Blaine just passed away.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hal Blaine. I mean, that guy brought every drum sound you can possibly imagine on a record since the Earth cooled I mean, he's played on, right? Seriously.
He's Chris.
Well,
He's
everybody.
Chris.
Wasn't he the
Partridge.
drummer on the Hawaii Five-0 intro? Isn't he the
Yeah.
actual drummer of record on the Hawaii Five-0 intro?
He's the drummer on "I Think I Love You"
I think
by the Partridge Family. Right.
But you know, as I saw something interesting on the internet, and, you know, I don't want to get too far off this thing, but you know, they said
It's St. Patrick's Day. Go ahead.
even better.
Yeah.
But when Hal Blaine, when you went into the studio, like say for example, you're the Byrds or you're the Beach Boys,
Right.
all right, and your drummer just didn't have the swing or just couldn't. Guess what? He was put on the bench, and they put Hal Blaine on to play drums. So how authentic was your record?
Right. Right.
So that think about it. So when Sonny and Cher, the Birds, the
Just
Beach
ask
Boys,
the Monkees. Just
the
ask-
Monkees, guess who did it? They were like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, they had the concept down, but so you know, someone would knock out the idea, but then here comes the Wrecking Crew with
Yeah.
Hal Blaine, and what do? They one take, boom,
Yes,
next
yeah.
record.
Exactly.
So these guys were like put out records. Dick Dale, same thing. You know, you had to be a really good guitarist, but everybody played together.
Right.
You know, that's how surf music jived. Is that there were so many moving parts with it. It had to.
But the sad thing is guys like that, they all fell on hard times. I mean, no matter how great they were,
Until the Low Straitjackets came
there
around.
was always, you know, a downfall for these guys until
Yeah.
they finally get recognized.
It was too
but-
nostalgic. You know.
I like your question though. I personally was not a. He didn't influence my songwriting, Dick Dale, but just mucho respect for that guy.
Yeah, he was amazing. Like I said, not much for me. So here going back to like, I've got a theme.
He
for
put
today's
that
show.
sound on the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was like he put that sound on the map.
I do love the Beach Boys though. Brian Wilson. you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a genius.
So see, perfect
Yeah,
interlude.
that's
So
my-
I don't know if you guys have met Dutchie. He's got another show here on Kaotic Radio. He doesn't.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he puts on some great shows, and good friend of mine. He was actually at the Flogging Molly and Gogo Bordello show with me a couple of years ago. I don't know why I just mentioned that. But anyway, so yesterday, actually like last night, I'm going to go out to go see my friend do a show out in Banning, right? And I'm going over to my friend's house who directed a movie. We just wrapped up a movie called A Gunman's Curse. I work in film too a little bit. And one of the guys wrote an original song for the movie, and he was performing at damn, I don't even know the place. It used to be called Patty O'Reilly's, but I'll look it up.
It's out in Banning.
Yeah, exactly, right? I didn't know the place was still around. So
Yeah, Tumbleweed.
The city? Banning? You didn't know Banning was still around? Like you Kaipa or something like that? They're like, no, they just gave up on it.
Banning,
Moved on.
like
We-
Beaumont, right?
Beaumont.
Yeah.
They're like, we just kept driving. you
right
know.
after that.
We straightened out that damn
Right
road, I
after
tell you.
that.
So I get to my friend's house, right? I'm trying to. There's. All right, Minnie.
Time to drink.
Hold
Go,
it,
continue.
hold it together. Try me.
Banning.
So I get a text message from Dutchie, and Dutchie was approached by somebody from Die Laughing Records, and I've been seeing and listening to his shows, and he's been playing a lot of their bands. One of their bands are called the Hellflowers. And the Hellflowers are playing with you guys
That's correct.
on March
That's
30th,
correct.
right?
Yeah, cool band.
So he
Yeah,
texted,
really cool.
and this is just yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I love how this scene works. So he text messaged me, and he's like, "Hey Ryan, have you I've been working with this lady from Die Laughing Records, right? And the Hellflowers on there. We need to get them on your show." And I was like, "It's funny you mentioned that because I was just thinking about that because I was going to reach out to them because I just booked the Glimmer Stars with them." And so he creates a message, and we're sending messages back and forth. And so they're coming in next week. So you guys tune in to
Yes.
the
Awesome, we will.
Hellflower. The Hellflowers are going to be here in studio next week, and now you're going to listen to the Glimmer Stars today, and then next week you're going to hear the Hellflowers, and then March 30th you can go see them live.
You'll be
together.
quizzed later.
Yes,
Where
exactly.
are they from? Where are they from?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to ask the host questions. That's not how this
Oh.
thing works. I'm just kidding. Don't. No, see, you can't make me look dumb on my own show. I don't know where they're
Never.
from. But I do know this.
Beautiful
and so it
girl
goes,
singer. Beautiful
right.
female singer.
I do know this. And so it goes back to the Agent Orange thing. Dave Klein, the drummer from Agent Orange, just recorded their record.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah. So that's,
Good.
again, full
circle.
Full circle again. All right. So I've noticed, I'm trying to be mindful of time. It's been 41 minutes that you guys have been in the studio drinking and hanging out with us, and we haven't played one of
We
your
talk
fucking
a lot. We're
we do.
sorry,
Well, we have
Ryan.
nuts. We have
We're a
fun.
gregarious crew.
You know what? Because we're older, we know our rock and roll history.
That's right.
So any chance that we can hear ourselves speak, we're like right there.
Yeah,
Trust me.
We don't shut up. And if you bring in booze, it's over.
And if
All
we
right.
got Guinness, forget about it.
All right, so the last time we had you guys in here, we were playing a lot of your songs, but you guys just finished recording a new EP. So let's talk about that right now. Where did you go? What's the new EP called?
Hello, Love.
Hello, Love.
Hello, Love.
Yeah, which is a line from one of the songs on the EP. 3 songs, 7 minutes. It sounds all right. Pretty good rock and roll,
So
right?
It's just okay rock.
Yeah, it's
you know?
okay.
Yeah,
It's okay?
yeah,
Nothing
it's just
special.
yeah, the okayest rock band in the world.
the okayest rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It's good.
It's all right. Yeah, we like it.
we'll let everyone be a judge of that. B and I will be the judge because me and B have really good taste in music. So let me ask you this: when you guys are deciding to name the album "Hello Love," what's that process like? You know, did you just say, "Hey, we're going to call the EP Mini Love," and everyone's just like, "Yup." All right.
Yeah, it's all
Is
many.
there-
It's
there
all
a-
many.
It just felt that lyric felt good, and
This is our Davy Jones right here.
thank you. That lyric felt good. It just it's from a song called "I Want You," which is on the EP, and I don't know.
Then why don't we play that song? Why don't we start that?
I want you.
So
yeah.
here you go. Your
And we can
first.
yap about that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So you're gonna listen to the Glimmer Stars' brand new EP, the debut here on the world famous Black Lung
Thank
show
you.
on Chaotic Radio. Yeah, and
We're really proud of this.
Thank
good. You
Ryan.
should be. You should be.
Thanks.
I love hearing that. Why do this shit if it's just gonna be okay?
You're right.
Yeah. We're
All
no
right.
longer okay. We're the proudest.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay.
proud-
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
The Glimmer Stars, everybody. Here you go.
I'll tell you something I think you understand. Hello, love, I wanna be your man. I've waited a lifetime, so throw me a lifeline. Ooh, and I don't want just anyone. I don't want anyone. I don't want just anyone. I want you. Hey babe, jump in my car. I'll take you home or to the nearest star. Yeah. You know I've waited a lifetime. I think it's the right time. Yeah. And I don't want just anyone. I don't want anyone. I don't want just anyone. I want you. Yeah, I want you. Don't want much, I just want a little. Don't want much, I just want a little. Don't want much, I just want a little. Don't want much. Yeah! And I don't want just anyone. I don't want anyone. I don't want just anyone. I want you. Yeah! And I don't want just anyone. I don't want anyone. I don't want anyone. I want you. Yeah, I want you. Ow!
All right, that was the Glimmer Stars. See, that was a little bit of rock and roll digging right there for you, Minnie. all right, you're listening to the Black Lung Show on Chaotic
good.
Radio. That was the Glimmer Stars. Yeah,
Great DJ voice.
thank you. I'm trying to make you happy. That was a really fucking good song, and I'm not even lying.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, like I think that's the out of all the songs that I've heard from you guys, that's my new favorite.
Nice.
That's for sure. That's
We
without
hope
a doubt.
to captivate you
That's
more.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
good.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I know you guys are thinking about me while you guys are recording that in
We
the
are.
studio.
We are.
I think our music's tougher live, and we're trying to bring that into the studio. Correct?
Yeah.
It had a tougher feel, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. And so, okay, so here's, let's talk rock and roll, man. This is what I'd love to do. Same thing when I was having band practice just the other night with my new guitar player. And I say new, he's been in the band for like 6 months. Well, you guys saw him, Mike, my new guitar player. Fuck, that guy is phenomenal, right? And he is helping our band because he plays every instrument. He writes songs. We've been writing like crazy. Like how you guys are like all proud, dude. We got some new shit that's just like, it makes me goose pimply just listening to that
Right
shit. I'm
on.
like, God, I can't wait to fucking play this shit. But anyways, we are always having these conversations, right? And we were talking about the Wrecking Crew. We talk about older music stuff too, and we're talking about drums and bass. So let me ask you guys this too, because I'm listening to that now because I'm trying to actually hear it. The restraint that a lot of musicians don't show to stay in the pocket, to just, you know what I mean? Don't do too much because you get some of those bands, guitar players got to be noodling all over the place, right? Or the drummer's just, he's not playing in tempo. Like, do you guys ever come across that where you've actually got to like hold yourselves back a little bit to stay in the pocket for the song?
I don't.
Is that ever a problem? No, I'm curious. I don't know.
I think when we come up with songs, I think the framework for the song is pretty basic. So the grandeur and the framework are that phenomenon that you're talking about are like gone. So it's not like we got like, hey Robert, whoa, chill on the drums, or Minnie, come on, easy, Dio.
Easy on the bass. Easy on the bass, Geddy Lee.
right. So I think what we're ultimately when we craft a song that comes off like that, it goes back to, trying to get down the simple, like, where our strength is going to be. Like, we have a drummer now that really kind of helps us in our songs along. So now that's why the recording that you just heard is an entirely different sound also.
Were you on the other ones that we
No, that
played?
wasn't me.
No, he's our new drummer. And so, that recording, a separate conversation is that, he's added to that. So when we bring a song idea to these, like these three that will come up, that we just recently recorded,
Right.
It's different because now we have a drummer that's integral to our sound. It really is. And it makes a big difference. We've kind of hit that point of matriculation where, okay, now we can go somewhere with the sound. It has some traction. Even in the studio, it went by really quick. I mean, I think it was like 1 or 2 takes each song.
Wow.
Yeah, we did it live.
And there's no reason to get over the top on these songs. It's
We
just
know where
like-
the fit is because the success is you come in when someone backs off. Everyone does the...
Yeah.
You come in, you step out.
Yeah.
No one's stepping on each other. Everybody, and since we're a 3-piece, everyone's contribution really has to count. I mean, veneer stops here. I mean, it's about substance. I mean, he really can't just, I got a fill going on. And this guy like, hey, check out, I'm doing this bass roll. We got to fill the spots that are dynamically not there. And then since we've arrived at this sound, we've hammered it in, this is our new sound going forward.
Well, I think
With
that's
this
why
recording,
why he likes KISS so much because that's what it
Yeah.
stands for. Like, keep it simple,
Simple,
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Well said. Well
Try not to do
Exactly.
too much.
Right.
Because
And that recording that was done live, that was it. That was another solution for getting that sound was, how do you get the best out of that drummer when he's getting pushed, not by a click track, but he's getting pushed by the guys in the band that are like,
yeah.
this is it. We just took a picture. This is what the photo looks like. You
So-
can't restage the wedding photo. So try to make sure that your first shot is the best one.
So where did you guys record that at? What studio did you guys record in?
A place called John Cash Studio. Stephen Giles, an old friend of mine. And he kind of gets the band, right, Stephen? Kind of gets
And
it.
the beauty of it is that now, when you have a band that has an engineer or a producer along for that ride, they help contour where that sound goes.
Yes.
Because we're both
Yes.
learning together.
Exactly.
Some
Yeah.
people shop a studio around like, hey, we can get in there for a couple of grand or whatever it is, or however that's handled. But in our case, we actually had a friend that You know, it's sort of like, you know, I got a brand new pair of roller skates, but you got a brand new key. You know what I mean? It's that bit. You know, we got the skates.
I remember that.
So, you know, we kind of work together. So there'd be different suggestions, even from this recording, that maybe we would hear on favorite records of ours. But just to kind of, you know, telling that guy would be like feeding him information via like a fire hose. You know what I mean? We want to sound like this. Remember that record? He'd be like, huh? We went in and just said, let's just play it for him. Yeah. Let's just play it for him. How you get there is this is where the truth hits. You know, you got to play it.
It's funny you said that too, because I was going back in my head about all the different times and all the different studios I've ever recorded in, right? And so, first one I remember is when I'm a teenager, but late teens or early 20s. I'm in my first studio, right? Better than fucking Disneyland. Got the fucking headphones on. I'm like, shit, yeah. Oh, this is amazing, right?
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah,
it really is.
But the difference was that with this place, it was kind of like it was a money thing, right? Bunch of poor punk rock kids. You know, we don't got that much money, so we're just in there, and the engineer is just like, cool, cut. You happy with it? Yeah, that was perfect for us. All right, but then going and recording in a good studio. Again, I'm not trying to name like where this was, but when you get like a producer, and it's super awesome. Some people don't like it, but I absolutely love it. When you get a producer that's not in your band, that hasn't heard the songs ad nauseum, right? Hears it for the first time. You get into that studio, and he's just like, okay, I heard what you guys just did. Why don't you try this? Do you guys have that?
That's perspective.
Yeah,
that's perspective.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what he's bringing. Like this guy, Steve, we partnered up with our recordings. The growth is a perspective. So he doesn't have the responsibility of providing the creativity or managing it. It's just, wow, we just took a picture of it, and he gets it.
Right.
He gets it. So it's a good, I mean.
But that's what I'm asking. That was my question, was that on this recording, did you have that kind of extra set of ears, a producer like saying, hey, you know, why don't you try this? And just, I mean, a couple tweaks, a little fine tuning, stuff like
Definitely,
that? That work out?
He's definitely, he gets the sound, and he's like Steven said, he's learning the same, he's growing with us.
We both share the same learning curve.
And he's also a musician, so that really helps.
So,
he knows.
we're not walking into some studio that's off Sunset Boulevard, and some, there's craft services, making sure that we're fed during this thing. It's, we pop into some guy's studio, and, it has to count.
Yeah.
So, we've booked some time with this guy. I look at it this way. I think with the constraints that we had, I think we got better results. If we would have had, say, 12 10-hour blocks, just to do this bit, I think we would have got a little flabby. And I think in this case, the challenge was, if you guys think you're that good, then this is what we're going to give you to rehearse, play these songs out, record them, and go on to the next one. And, I think our solution to that was, let's just go ahead and record it live. And that was it.
So when you guys recorded live, were you guys all in the same room?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hence live. Yeah, it was awesome.
No, I get that. I mean, you can still play live and have the drummer,
no
secluded
isolation. I mean, it was just like I was within, I could cough and this guy would get the flu. That's how close we were. You know what I mean? It was awesome. But that's
You have some interesting analogies. I like that.
But the good thing is that that's how you get the grind going.
Yeah, yeah.
That it's like, he's been in charge of his instrument for a long time. So this is where, it's like, hey, this is what you can bring to it right now.
And no sense of playing it different, because we're going to play it live anyway, so we got to play it live.
That's an interesting point, because
the energy's there.
Right.
The energy's there. You're going to hear flaws. You're going to hear stuff that's off.
Mm-hmm.
I always have a joke, it's like, a lot of people work in Pro Tools. It's an industry standard. But, it's forgiving in the right hands. In our case, we just said, hey, it's in the mix. It's right there. We'll try to fix it the best we can, but if it was there, warts and all, it goes out.
No, that's good. Again, I have the same thing, playing myself, right? When I'm in studio, it seems like it's trying to perfect the song so much that you don't capture that live feel of it, you know, right? That same energy, right? And then I can't tell you how many bands that you're listening to this fucking great produced record, right? And you go see them live, you're like, you guys don't fucking sound like that. You can't sing that good, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are liars, you know what I mean?
Liars.
I want my money back. I've been cheated.
Fake rock.
Anyway,
Fake rock.
fake news, fake rock, right? We hate fake rock. Anyway, all right. You guys are listening to the Black Lung Show. My guests in studio today are the Glimmer Stars, who will be playing live on March 30th with the Hellflowers and Dead Sound. I think they're from Seattle, I believe. Billy Bones. Oakland. Thank you. Not that matters, but
On
yeah.
the way up there.
Yeah,
Close.
they're from up there.
Yeah.
Hippie country.
North.
They're from the hippie country.
I don't think Oakland's hippie country, man.
I don't know. I'm making things up as I go along. It's St. Patrick's Day and we're drinking Guinness.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me again. We're going to play some more music by the Glimmer Stars. I'm kidding. I'm having a good time, man. I'm really glad you guys are back in the studio here. I'm glad
Glad
we
to be
can
here.
help each other out. I know there's only a couple of songs on here, which, real quick before we play this song, I think is a good idea. I do. You know, we were joking in the parking lot about, you know, why we didn't put out a full album. We only did an EP. You know what? In the age that we live in right now, I don't think it's great to put out full albums. You know, if you could put out a 3-song EP, maybe a 7-inch, which
If your audience is expecting an album, you put an album out. But we're trying to appeal to a broader audience, and it's as we come up with it, it's no different than a pop-up.
Well, that's what I'm
we're
saying.
just getting the message out to keep fresh,
well,
keep relevant.
that's what I'm saying is that when we live in a cell phone age, and you know, I got teenage kids, and you can't keep fucking anybody's attention anymore. So instead of giving a full album, give them 3 songs, and in 6 months, give them another 3 songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Keep them engaged, right? Why are they going to?
In a way, this is like the golden age of if you really want to be that prolific, there's countless mediums to accommodate that.
Exactly.
I mean, we just locked in with a good studio, a good engineer, a good producer and the 3 of us, it's a good fit. And going forward,
cool.
We're proud of what we just recorded because, man, it's about as sincere as you're going to get. I mean, there's only like 1 overdub, I think.
Wow.
It's all 1 take.
That was it? All 3 tracks were 1 take? 2 maybe?
2 takes? I think they're 2 takes. They're all 2 takes.
It doesn't matter.
That's
I mean,
not the point of it. But the thing
yeah,
is,
that's what I'm saying.
There was a spontaneity. Yeah. So you don't fall in love with it and try to like, you know, let's try to hone this thing into what we think people like. It's just that's what we sound like.
Okay.
And that's what this exercise of our path was. Someone could have said, well, you got a record contract and there's going to be some guy telling you how to do this. No, I mean, this was just like, if you come and see us, this is what it sounds like now.
Yeah.
And with this setup right now, this is perfect fit.
Well, it sounds a lot different. I'm saying, you know,
integral.
Yeah. Well, even that's what I'm saying. Even the drums, you know, I think you guys found a really, really good drummer there, and the sound is night and fucking day from the last record to this one.
It is.
So
we got some backlash because people were like, well, "We saw you play live, and it don't sound like that." You know, we had a little bit more fire behind us, and I think now that we've been able to, this is our sound. I'm not saying that we've settled on this, but I think this sound here is for the ages. I think it's good enough where
I'm just sorry.
Yeah, it's good enough.
I know Ginger's watching and she's like, rock should be dirty. So
it should be dirty. Yeah.
That's right.
No, it shouldn't be dirty. It should be just dangerous. It should take you out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? If
there
not,
you go.
You know.
Yeah. All right, so here's Dirty and Dangerous. This is the Glimmer Stars. What track you got, B? Well, what?
Yeah, here you go.
It's a good one.
Here we go. Listen to the Black Lung Show.
I'm on the outside, you're on the inside. I'm on the right side, you're on the outside. I'm on the inside. You're on the right side. I'm on the bright side. You're gonna walk in, and I've got a long grin. Yeah, we never begin. We never could end. And if my life is standing still, that's okay. Changing everything, changes yesterday. So baby, come on, come on, come on. Why don't we feel it? So baby, come on, come on, come on. Why don't we feel it? So baby, come on, come on, come on. Why don't we feel it together? So baby, come on, come on, come on. So baby, come on, come on, come on. So baby, come on, come on, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Awesome
Glimmer
sauce.
Stars. Again, one more time off the brand new EP, Hello Love.
I love
And,
that one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. That's a good one.
Tell me why. I'm curious.
You know what? It's just we messed around with that for so long, but it finally came in just that day that we went into the studio. I don't think anybody really kind of fell in love with, okay, we have to play it this way. But I think when we went in, and it's just we just looked at each other, it was just like 1-2 barbecue.
You know what I heard? You know what I heard there? Were the backing vocals, dude. You guys, were both you guys doing? Who's singing the backing vocals on that?
That's Steve.
Yeah, that's me, me and Steve. Steve
You guys didn't do.
Giles.
You guys, you're not a backing vocal type guys.
We're gonna have to be now.
Well, I am.
Okay.
Live, I'll do the back.
But Steven is Steve Giles, the guy that recorded this. He's a really good.
He
singer.
put that concept on it. He just had that right range for that.
That's
if you
what I'm
listen
saying.
to it, it's just like,
That's what I heard. You know,
That's awesome.
It's,
Thank you.
Yeah.
but that's a hook.
That's what we
that's a
wanted, yeah.
textbook hook right there.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
it
total-
is. It really is, and
Yeah.
it's impressive. You know, it's not. You know, it's what a lot of bands don't also think about this. I think it's just maybe it's because I've from my own personal experience. You know what I mean? It's one thing to get somebody that can play guitar like a motherfucker. It's another thing to get a drummer that can play like a motherfucker. But to get someone that can sing too and do backup vocals, that's a whole other challenging
Or
thing.
how about a band that does a good song?
And if I
well,
could say,
yeah, it's all difficult, but that's what I'm saying. But
That's
like,
that chemistry you land on. You know,
but
it's
when
rare.
you
It's
know,
the little things.
yeah, it is. But it's those extra little fucking little tidbits that just throw it on there. You know, when you get somebody that can actually sing and do some backup vocals and help the singer.
yeah,
I'm just saying, you know, it makes life fucking wonderful. You know what I mean? So, yeah, are you guys when you guys do live? You know, since you guys are three pieces, you guys are gonna have to be doing that.
We have been doing it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
and
yeah.
that song was really helped out by Ginger actually, because Ginger, we played in April, and she had said, "Is that song recorded? Feel it,"
Right,
and I'm
right.
like, "No, it's not recorded yet." And that inspired me we need to get that in the studio. And thank
Well,
you, Ginger.
she's watching right
Well,
now,
thank you,
and
Ginger.
she's commenting. You can see it too.
It was "Feel It" at St. Rock, and you said, "Is that song recorded?" And I remember. I have a great memory. I don't know my kids' birthdays or my cell phone number, but I remember.
Or your social security
You have a
number.
great, you have a
I have a
great.
great 70s and weird trivia shit memory, and I remember Ginger said, "You need to record that," and so
That's funny.
thank you, Ginger.
I'm right there with you doing that too. You know, I can remember shows
Yeah.
vividly, but I can't remember what I fucking had for breakfast yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only the important things.
Yeah. So,
Like your kid's birthday.
I don't, you know,
whatever.
I have a lot of kids.
He's 11.
My home address, my employer.
And those songs, when I came in, they already had them. So when they wanted to play them, they're just like, "Hey, it goes like this. It goes like this," and I just jumped
That's where the
in.
magic's at.
And
If we had
Robert really added so much to that song. Just the bottom of that song. It's so simple, and it's actually influenced by, of all bands, Rooney.
Rooney.
Yeah, it's just a 3-chord pop song, and
aren't they from Fullerton?
they're L.A. band.
Okay.
The singer's mom is Talia Shire. Did you know
good.
that? Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's all Steven on guitar, making all that beautiful noise, all the parts. I'm throwing 3 notes at him, and I'm like, do what you want, and he just did a great job.
It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. You got to make a lot of noise for a 3-piece.
A lot of
it's
nice
it's
parts.
really impressive. I mean, you play with us, right? I mean, we're a 5-piece. You know, we were having a conversation about going to a 6-piece. I'm looking at them.
Wow,
like,
talk about girth.
yeah, exactly. No,
They went to
seriously.
6.
Are you sure?
We're at 3. They pushed it to 6.
That's a lot of guys in a band.
That's a lot of guys in a band.
Well, it wasn't me. It was
for a long time.
That's the guitar players
It's
right
not
there.
me.
Taking
No.
turns at the wheel.
They were-
Tell Mike no.
They were saying, you know,
Ryan, take charge on that. No, that's too many fucking guys.
hey, if
way
it,
too many.
it makes them fucking happy. Whatever, you know. It's like we're a ska band.
You're
or
the boss.
something.
Or a
You're the boss.
romance.
No, you're the boss. You say no. Thank you.
No, that's
Right.
well, that's funny. I'm glad you said that too, because we were having a discussion like that too. It's like, I don't know about how you guys feel about your band, but I can't stand bands that like have like one guy's name and then the band, like this band, like it's not the Ryan Pena project, right? That's why it's something ferocious. Like